Aloha hoku ohana. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for your reading. And let's just begin because the energy is honestly wild around this and around you. Let's begin with the first message. So we had in the Cosmos Oracle message, the first run-up is X-ray. Now X-ray talks about your multi-sensory perception system. It basically talks about the third eye, where you can look at life through the eyes of the soul. And it's not that you can't see what everyone else can, it's that you're also attuned to this invisible interconnected matrix, right? This interconnected system where you can see a layer of reality that not everyone has learned to cultivate as far as their vision, and it's tuning into higher bandwidths of frequency light. It basically talks about doctors trust what they can see on the X-ray even though they cannot see it with the naked eye, and there's something around that for you. You're trusting your ability to foresee your destiny before it unfolds. Now this is huge, right? This is huge because the follow-up is, are you ready for this, right? We have 𝓤𝓪𝓬𝓪𝓷𝓬. 𝓤𝓪𝓬𝓪𝓬 talks about inevitable changes that are happening because you're in course with, I don't want to say on course, but you're in alignment with evolution. That's universal laws that we're all abiding by. But this talks about change not hurting. It's the resistance to change that hurts. And it's what you actually surrender to as far as the changes go that will begin to transform you. So what you resists grows stronger, what you begin to accept grows weaker, and what you surrender to will begin to be the reason for your transformation. And there's something around you kind of surrendering to what it is that this soul is picking up on. It's almost like you're surrendering to some kind of foresight that you have. You know, you're surrendering to a vision, you're surrendering to your imagination, which is just a preview of life's upcomings. It's like you're gaining a glimpse into what is to come, and you're having to surrender to a part of yourself that's being guided that goes far beyond, I'm hearing like the logical, rational mind. Because after this, my dear, you have antimatter and matter, which are just a dynamic, honestly iconic duo. Okay, antimatter basically talks about something existing in an energetic potential that has not collapsed into the space-time continuum. It's not part of your tangible experience. And then matter talks about I'm hearing like something coalescing, like something actually taking shape and form in very tangible ways. So it's almost like you're gaining foresight into what has already came to be, and in a linear fashion you're witnessing the becoming of it. But this is literally about a new reality collapsing around you, to reconfiguring itself to correspond with this internal knowing and this internal foresight that you have. It's something around you staying so true to that vision, but this is literally something collapsing from antimatter and into matter. So this is like where the intangible becomes tangible. This is where the moment that what you see in your mind you're able to hold in your hands very, very shortly. And it's definitely given me, you know, Saturn and Aries vibes that we're going to be entering into in May. I believe it's like May 24th, don't quote me. And even Neptune and Aries, where the intangible becomes tangible. You know, it's like that kind of element, 12th house, first house, which is really monumental because you literally had the world card that came out as well. Now, the world card talks about major completions. It is a Saturn energy, right? It's about karmic completions as well. It's 𝓤𝓪 energy here as well, which talks about the creator of the cosmos. And this is where you're breaking free of a shell of who you've thought yourself to be. And you're emerging as a more sacred and aligned you, right? And this was also another message where it's almost like you're being, it feels like, I don't know, ripped away is the right word, but it feels like you're being removed from the belief systems that had been reinforced unconsciously. And there's a new reinforcement that's happening. It's like, let me just wait for this. Okay. There's something new that's under construction when it comes to your mentality. That's almost the energy that's coming through. Now, you also have a 9 of Wands and a Hermit energy too, which basically talks about you being really, really close to the finish line. And things always seem hardest when you're on the verge of a breakthrough, and you are definitely on the verge of a breakthrough, especially with the Hermit. It's almost like you've gone through this internal journey and you're coming to the end of a very long road that you've been traveling down this whole lifetime. And I'm hearing all roads lead back to one. And that's what the Holy Grail talks about that we have. It says, you've been seeking and searching your whole life, and it tells you that what you've come back to over every single lifetime is that you're an eternal, immortal, infinite being that has infinite potential in this realm. And it's almost like you're breaking free from, and I'm hearing liberating yourself. It's not just a breaking free, it's a liberation that's going on, where there's a huge destabilization from everything that you ever knew to come back to everything that you've always known. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're releasing the construct of this matrix, and it feels like I'm seeing someone download like a new navigation system. That's what it feels like. And these internal networks that you have and this internal map has not just led you back to your own cosmic origins, but it's also leading you to new external networks and opportunities and circumstances. I'm hearing that are going to be highly supportive for you at this stage in your evolutionary journey. I'm hearing like an evolutionary leap is something that you're about to take as well. Let's see. How are you doing there? How are you doing, guys? Yeah. Let's see how you're doing. Let me see where your mind is at. Where is your mind? Judgment. How are you doing? I'll tell you how you're doing. You're doing I would say like less doing and more being, but you know that you're being called to do something. And with the Pluto energy, this is like a judgment card energy where it says you have to rise above the contract of this matrix. You actually have to rise above almost like the human comedy that's unfolding on the ground right now, especially when it comes to things unfolding in like a linear fashion. And you're having to look at the full landscape of time and trust this glimpse that you're receiving when it comes to basically a new dimension that you're entering into. And it feels like a new layer of this reality, so it feels like there's a new level that you're unlocking within yourself. But I'm seeing things becoming more advanced for you, so you could be becoming more advanced in your navigation abilities. That's what it feels like. I'm hearing like you're mastering intuitive navigation as well. That's another essence that's coming through. But yeah, there's something that you're being called towards, and it's definitely in alignment with your intentions that you had before this incarnation. So it definitely feels like you're walking in alignment with your dharma. Now, dharma talks about the path that's unfolding in front of you, and when you walk with your dharma also walks with you. So I feel like you're actually becoming a sacred witness to how I'm hearing the universe is actually utilizing many fractals of awareness I'm hearing to convey is coming up very strongly, this message, and keep reinforcing it to you. So that could be through many different messages, it could be through many different channelers, but I feel like you keep receiving the same messages again and again and again and again and again and again. That's what it feels like. And it's almost like a reminder each time. I'm seeing somebody shift through different frames of consciousness, and it brings you back into that state of awareness. That's what happens. It makes you become lucid in the game. That's what it feels like. You're lucid within the third dimensional dream. You become very lucid in this third dimensional dream. Right, let's see what this judgment is about. But yeah, it definitely requires you to kind of rise above. This is where you become greater than your body, right? Your eternal essence that's incarnated into this vessel. You become greater than this vessel. You become greater than your mind. You become greater than your emotions. And you have unwavering faith when it comes to this vision. When it comes to yourself, Yeah, Four of Swords. This is like, no matter what's going on around you, no matter how things seem in the perspective of time, you're entering into a new time. And time is just consciousness traveling to a new event. So it's almost like you're entering into a new event, not just when it comes to this timeline and this space-time continuum, but also when it comes to, I'm hearing like your internal space. And Four of Swords is about what you're connected to through it all, right? What you're connected to. You're connected to a secret order in what may appear to be disorderly, right? You're connected to a cosmos amongst the chaos. And the Four of Swords basically talks about healing, introspection, messages you're receiving through your dreams, messages that you're receiving through meditation, messages that you're receiving through connecting to intangible forces. And, you know, Judgment and Four of Swords is almost like, I'm getting like strong astral travel messages with this too. Like this is definitely strong astral travel messages. So this could be you literally anchoring information that's super healing for the human. You're anchoring some kind of information even through meditation. That's what it seems like. This is like an outer body experience. This is literally an outer body experience. It's where the soul leaves the body. And I'm hearing any kind of ventures off in plays. You know what this is? This happens when you daydream. This is happening when you daydream as well. Like, when you daydream, you're not just imagining things, you're imagining a nation, you're actually receiving a preview into what is existing in antimatter and energetic potential. And you're being guided to take certain action in the present moment that alters the future timelines and the continuums that you have access to. Each continuum and each decision aligns you with a different destined outcome. That's what I'm seeing. And it's almost like, it feels like a reverse engineering energy where you're gaining a glimpse or foresight into like some kind of final scene or final vision or final goal. And it feels like there's a reverse engineering, or you're going like backwards, if that makes sense. It's almost like you are that future version of self, but you're going back in time. I'm seeing like wiping your memory in a way, like a human amnesia, where it's like you get to experience how it happened. You know, that's definitely what I'm seeing. It's almost like that's what it seems like for you. It's almost like you're getting to experience how it happened. And I'm hearing the reason you feel so strongly about this is because it's already happened. And this is like coming through very strongly. The reason you feel so drawn towards this thing is because it's already happened. And you're getting to experience it again. Whoa. This is crazy. But also not, right? The reason you feel so drawn to this thing, this vision, this goal, this idea, is because it already is yours. It already belongs to you. There's only an illusion of separation between you and this outcome. Whoa, okay. I see you. And that's why your mind keeps drifting back there. Okay. What else? So that's you. That's how you're doing. Let me see what else around you. Let me see. I haven't just sat and played with the cards for a while, so I'm just thinking, what do I want to do? I'm hearing, what are you up to when no one's looking? What are you up to when you think no one's watching? And the reason I say that is because the universe is always watching, right? Seven of Swords. You were planning and scheming, okay? And it's not that you're doing this because there's like malintentions. There's almost an energy of secrecy where it feels like you're kind of safeguarding or safekeeping some kind of plans for the future. This is somebody planning for the future. And there's almost an element of discrepancy. I want to say that there's almost like a level of, this is kind of classified during this time. There's almost an element of, yeah, like I cannot even say everything about this. You're planning something though. You're definitely planning something in the background. This could be things that you're kind of researching, things that you're investigating, things that you're kind of strategizing in regards to, especially when it comes to forward movement, like rapidly in your career and other life goals that you've set for yourself. Seven of Swords is like basically a man with a plan and trying to get a plan together. to have a very clean transition. So whatever this is, I'm seeing somebody literally have a very smooth transition. It's like you're planning. I'm seeing somebody get ready to kind of set sail, but they're checking the weather forecast. So this could be you kind of planning for when things are kind of energetically, I don't want to say falling in alignment in your favor, but it does feel like in this localized universe, in this solar system, in this localized third dimensional alpha carbon-based life form that your higher self is incarnated into within this realm and universe, you understand that we're abiding by certain, energetic ways of, I'm hearing not just energy, but also information. And there's something around, literally, I'm seeing the planetary alignments align in your favor. So this definitely could be to do with astrological forecasts. You could definitely be planning things around this energy and being able to work with it within this solar system. That's what it seems like, which is super interesting. Because I'm seeing somebody set sail, but they want to make sure that it's like windy, but not too windy, so they can have smooth sails. That's what I'm seeing. So there's something about a window of opportunity for you, and like you're kind of narrowing this down in some way. That's what I'm seeing. It feels like you know what it is? It feels like your internal voice needs to be louder than any kind of opinions of those around you, so that you can really focus on where you're going and when you want to go there, even if this is like metaphorically or mentally. That's what it feels like. It's like you don't need any outside noise right now. Looking externally for guidance is not really going to be useful for you at this stage in your journey. And you've been riding this wave, it feels like you're a professional wave rider. That's what it feels like. It feels like, like, why would a great sailor who's been through the hardest storms in the roughest seas take advice from someone who doesn't even know how to swim? That's almost what it feels like. So there's something about the depth that you understand yourself and your own situation right now, where it's like you need no other. I'm hearing like Spirit say, I'm gonna make the executive decision. That's what it feels like. It's like you're kind of the director of your own life, and you don't really need any say when it comes to how to change the script. That's what it feels like for you. So I'm not gonna say anything else about you and your plans, because I can appreciate the element of surprise. But it feels like, to the outside perspective, you're definitely a walking enigma. Like there's a level of mystery in regards to you. And it feels like that because you're kind of a mystery to yourself right now. It feels like you're kind of moving with the ebbs and flows, and there's Aquarius energy as well. So it's like you're moving quite detached from this experience. But that was also another energy that was coming through. Yeah, this was also another energy that was coming through. It's like at your state of implosion, when you begin to kind of depart from this existence in this realm, and transfer into the next octave. What I was seeing is that when you have a lot of matrix entanglements in this system, like you're concerned about what other people may say about you for moving this way, how other people may feel about you, how people may see you, whatever that may be, those small interactions, even if they're subconsciously, are a drain or a leak when it comes to creative life force, where you're now entangled with how other people perceive you, right? That was like a huge energy that was coming through. And what I was seeing in regards to that was like a huge energy around, it's hard to really depart from this realm, right? Imagine like the soul, right, leaving from the vessel, but then there's all these interconnected webs that kind of keep you earthbound. That's what I was seeing. And I'm seeing you as somebody that moves so detached and free from this experience, right? Detaching from the construct of this matrix, so that upon your departure, even mentally, right, you can begin to travel with the mind. A great traveler is the one that knows how to travel with the mind towards, into the quantum field and things existing for you and energetic potential. You're able to kind of filter through these infinite fractals of self, essentially. And I'm hearing be able to, what's it called when you kind of filter through certain timelines and you kind of narrow it down to the one that feels most congruent with your highest possible expression and excitement, like the best kind of, I'm seeing like a concentrated experience, like something that's concentrated and like a potent, right, energetically speaking. And that's what it seems like you're doing, where it's like it's so easy for your mind to leave the body, and that's what we're talking about when it comes to an out of body experience. And I'm hearing that's why time kind of stands still around you, because it's like you're so seated in your eternal presence and your ability to kind of navigate this realm and also other realms, whereas like you kind of dwell, there's this correspondence between the heavens and the earth with you. I'm seeing you as the Hierophant right now, where you kind of dwell between the higher realms and the lower realms, right? It's like you kind of dwell between these different densities and domains and dimensions or frequencies, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I mean when I say out of body experience. That's like the energy around you, which is super beautiful. Super beautiful. The way your mind works is like, wow. Okay. Oh wow, we literally have the Hierophant here at the base. Well, that's crazy. I literally just said I was seeing the Hierophant, and then he's like literally sitting here like staring at me, right? Osiris energy, yeah. So like you're definitely the Hierophant right now. And the Hierophant has I'm seeing like take a look into my world, you know? Where it's like you can have like the best way to lead is by example. I'm hearing you're just an inspiration just through this embodiment of truth that you own, that you anchor into your vessel throughout your whole entire organism. Where it's like you are your higher self that's landed within this atmosphere in physical form. You're the physical embodiment of it. Like, you know, that's like an integration. To integrate is to embody this knowing, to embody being an eternal being, navigating and having fun and playing in this earthly multi-dimensional realm where there's, you know, huge contrast and polarity and so many densities to kind of work and filter through and discern. But I'm hearing you get to decide, and this realm gives you the power of that choice. Do you wish to be intentful with what it is that you choose to experience here or not? 2222 on the clock just then. Okay. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's been such a long day. Oh yeah, and then you have nurture. So nurture is about nurturing your experience here on Earth. And yeah, you have the Earth here as well. So this basically talks about, I'm hearing like the Mary Magdalene frequency. So this is like an ancient frequency within you when it comes to the divine feminine aspects. And really being able to cultivate a strong sense of self-trust. And Mary Magdalene had a lot of inverted truths in regards to her. Like, she was depicted as one person when she was just basically highly misunderstood. So there's something about knowing that it's a time to understand yourself and also understand others and just hold space for that paradox, because this reality is one. That two truths can be true at one time. It depends on what filter of perception you're viewing life through. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the way that your mind works is like someone can tell you something negative and then I'm hearing like you put like a positive spin on it, you know? It's like you choose to focus on those positives or like the other side of things. Or it's like you question things deeper. It's like you're not someone that can just be told something and then you just accept that as your truth, but you actually, it's like you're on a quest for this truth. That's what it feels like. You're kind of on a quest in this life. Yeah, we have the sunset going down. Do you guys want to see the view? I kind of want to. Yeah, sunset now is hitting way later here actually in Egypt. I think it's like 7:15, something like that, which is way later than it has been recently, but we're heading into a new season. So there's something about, you're literally entering into a new season. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at one more message about you, and then we're gonna leave it there for today. Yeah. Today I feel like I've lived a lifetime. I've literally gone from S1 back to Cairo. Okay, let's see. And I'm hearing you're about to take flight in a new direction of some kind, so let's see what this is. You literally have the travel card, 8 of Wands, and the Knight. Bro, this came out in your last reading. This is crazy. Okay, these two came out literally in your last read. And in that read, I was basically talking about how you're traveling with a mind when it comes to you daydreaming. This was also like another outer body experience energy where it was like you're going the distance, especially mentally. From the things that you're taking inspired action, there's also things that you're being guided to take a divinely inspired action towards that you've already been daydreaming about. And whatever this thing is, when you think about it, it gives you a burst of energy and vitality, and that energetic charge that you're putting into the quantum field. The quantum field is a conscious being. It's a very intelligent, self-organizing, intelligent, interconnected database that will begin to, I'm hearing, connect you with like different domains or portals that can assist in your ascension. Essentially, that's what I'm seeing. You being able to ascend not just into higher frameworks of existence, but elevating your existence here on earth as well was another energy that's coming through. But this is somebody that's been daydreaming about something. Okay, if I can find that read whenever it posts, I will link that down below. But that's so crazy. The same energy came through for you. So it's like you're still sitting in this. You're still sitting in this. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna love an Evie right there. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I don't even know at this point. But in the best way possible. It's like magic is just unfolding before our eyes, and reality is just changing before our eyes. It's just a magical existence. It really is. It's a magical existence. Things are changing rapidly. Alright, I am going to see you very soon. I trust that this message gave you the information and illuminated what it is that you need to hear at this stage in your journey. And yes, that will be all. Personal reading details are also down below if you guys are interested. Join our Discord if you want to connect with a bunch of like-minded individuals. And I will see you very, very soon. There's also a discount code for Auto Spirit bracelets if you guys are looking for some high-quality AAA grade intention manifestation gemstones to work with that are suited for all of your manifestation needs as well. You have a hookup there. And I will speak to you very soon. Until next time. Bye.